everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Beast Tamer Bard build episode. 354. God damn. How many episodes? We're in Threshold. But we kind of got our ass... I mean, we killed him, but we kind of got our ass beat by Karemzadeh last time. Because, you know, he chained lightning dust like 13 times, so... We're going to try to prepare ourselves against that before we run off into the battle this time around. Because, if only because, immediately after defeating him, it goes into a cutscene scenario, and it did not give us time to resurrect our people, and it feels like it's a last moment to talk to everyone kind of situation, which I don't want to miss. So, we did not like that. So... we're going to try to do some slight buffing, and then we are going to haste. And actually,
yes, what?
we're going to move everyone slightly forward. No, never mind. We're just going to run forward. Okay. I don't even know why the Free Crusaders are here. They do basically nothing. Like, very silly situation. What is Karemzadeh's AC? Is he flat-footed right now? Fuck him. We're gonna try to kill him before anything else, because he's got so much going on. Well, that's a yikes. A big yikes.
I will resist.
We rolled a 2. Bad fucking luck. All these little things are gonna die to Ember / Nenia. Is the idea, right? Sweet. Okay, that killed most of them. We're going to tag Karemzadeh.
Into the fray.
Nice. Double nice. Triple nice. Hell yes. Get the crits going. Alright, we know that there's a Vrolakai assassin over here and some more Babao, so we're gonna nuke space it. Nice. And then we'll go look for them. Go on a little hunt. There we go. Body block on that guy. Run forward. We are going to put up a... oh, we already have Inspired Heroics up. Looked like at least 2 criticals from Sela. Yes, that was at least 2 criticals from Sela. Which is pretty cool. A critical from Sela is still an amazing thing, but it's not quite what it used to be, right? Like, it used to be like, oh, explosions. But when things have nearly 2k, or I guess 1500 HP, they don't quite blow up anymore. But definitely a step in the right direction. We are going to actually potentially throw down a... shit, where is it? There's a bubble, basically. There it is. Rainbow Dome. We're going to put up a dome here. Make some of us immune to electric damage. Heal. Very cool. Okay, that Brolikai Assassin's doing nothing. Okay, here we go. Karamzadeh is still going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for us to hit, but we'll see how we do. Actually, I don't know that we can hit him sans a 20, so that looks like that is the case. Sans a crit. Unfortunate. How the fuck does that work? Like, I'm immediately about to be triggered. Like, fucking what? Power of Annihilation, electric damage. Jolting Portent. Electric damage. Chain Lightning. Electric damage. Did it do any damage to Ember at all? Ember is standing in a immune to fucking electric damage bubble. Let me guess, he doesn't care and he just ignores resistances. He's basically got the same shit that Ember does. If that's the fucking case, go fuck yourself. That is a... Try not to get mad. I'm trying not to get annoyed at the very, like, end of the game, ramping up the difficulty and being an asshole. But... the spellbook. Thing. It's Rainbow Dome. Yeah. While within it, party members gain immunity to fire, cold, electricity, or acid, or sonic damage. We picked electricity. Hey! You played on core difficulty with normal number of enemies instead of increased, with a 4-man party instead of 6. If you play on core difficulty with a normal number of enemies instead of increased and with a 4-man party instead of 6, will it be too hard? If you have a decent concept of what you're doing, I don't think it will be too hard, but there will be parts that I think are going to be challenging because of the number of people that you have in your party, just basically giving you less options, right? Is it possible? Yes, it's absolutely possible. It's possible to basically solo this game on the hardest difficulties, but you have to use very, very specific builds to do so. And you have to skip a lot of content. So I would say if you are on core difficulty and you're doing a normal number of enemies instead of the increased amount, but you're also reducing the number of party members you have, you're going to... and you know what you're doing, or have a decent concept. You don't have to be an expert, right? But if you have a decent concept of what you're doing, you're going to be fine. But there will be difficulty spikes that will be painful to deal with. Like where I am now. Okay, yeah, so he's got to... He has to have penetration, basically. You just think 6 characters are too many to control? That's fair. I mean, I feel you. To each their own. Thundering Rage. So that's what allows him to cast so frequently, but that doesn't give him penetration. What are all those huge dragons? Yes, they are huge dragons. Or more specifically, there's a character that is transformed into a huge dragon, and then one of them is actually a dragon. And then the others are just demons. And dinosaurs. we got a lot going on. It does feel like I'm probably just missing it. I'm not seeing anything obvious that is, lightning penetration. But my assumption is that that's what is happening, and that's very frustrating. If that is the case, I really don't know what to do. I guess our best plan is really to just try to drop him, and resurrect, because it let us. We were able to resurrect one person last time, but we had 2 people down before it moved us into the thing. So maybe if we just lose one person, it'll be okay. But I don't want to lose more than that. So fingers crossed. We need to do a lot of damage to Karamzadeh this turn. We need to kill him this turn, basically.
Yourself.
Okay, well, I mean, that fucked him up. If Nenio can get rid of the rest of the combatants here, that would be really nice. Air on this side. And well, some is better than nothing. We're just trying to smoke this guy. Or, yeah, he's got very low touch. Yeah, we just try to smoke this guy. Another crit. 2 crits. Interesting. How much HP does he have? 140. Okay. We're not taking the chance. We're absolutely just blasting him. Cool. Very specifically. Yeah, the late game is definitely about really big numbers, because you start to run into enemies that have like 1,500, 2,000 HP, that type of thing. Most of the little guys don't, obviously, right? But the bosses do. So you have to be able to do a fairly chunky amount of damage in just a few turns, because a lot of the fights are very swingy. And again, it depends on your build, right? Some builds are very good at resisting damage. Some builds are very good at doing damage. So we are the deal a bit of damage build, not too much of it. God. I kind of need to do a heal. Mass heal. And preferably be able to... We kind of need to pick our poison here. I don't really care. I just want to make sure that everyone who is still alive is very well alive, because we'll drop the rest of these guys without issue. Probably would not have thought of the hybrid class for Ember like that, even if it had been staring me in the face. Yeah, so Ember specifically does kind of an obscene amount of damage because of the hybrid class that we have for her, right? She is... if we take a look, she is 19 levels in Stigmatized Witch, right? and she's 1 level in Cross-Blooded Sorcerer, because that lets us take the Brass Dragon Bloodline and the Gold Dragon Bloodline, and they both have, basically, they just add 1 point of damage to any fire damage die rolls. And since we use spells, fire spells specifically with Ember, that deal a lot of fire damage dice, she gets a lot of static damage off of it. We actually have another, we have the Red Dragon Bloodline as well through her Mythic Path, so she gets +3 for every die roll. That small dragon attacked very fast? Yes, that's Ivu. Ivu is is one of the boon companions that you get from the Azada Mythic Path, which is the Mythic Path that we went. It's the chaotic good Mythic Path. So it's like the almost kind of like Fae-ish, but not quite. Azadas are a different kind of like breed when it comes to Pathfinder. Probably, I'm not as experienced in Pathfinder as I am with D&D, so people who are experienced with Pathfinder are probably telling me to shut the fuck up right now. And that Azada are in no way, shape, form, or fashion Fae, but that's what Azada really remind me of are Fae. We can't... This is a double-edged sword. This has been a double-edged sword of being the Azada. We have the friendship boon, which lets our people not die in battle. Yeah, Odysseus has... I actually think he's bugged right now. He's been bugged for a little while. He should have a lot of attacks, but he should only have like half the number of attacks that he has. But we actually... I mean, I've tried a couple things, and he actually has not been... I've done everything but rebuild his owner. But I've like de-equipped him, etc., but he stays at having just like an enormous number of attacks. I think we're just going to fire at this guy. We don't know that this is going to work, but we want to try to make sure that we can resurrect Ember after the fight. Where is this other Babao? I don't even know where he's at. He's gonna AoE. Just nuke the area. See if we can find him. No dice. X. Just no.
I can push through this.
He's trolling me. That's a lot of damage coming out of that breath weapon. Like a lot of damage coming out of that breath weapon. Actually, somewhat confused. I don't really know. It only did 47 damage to Sela. Was she really at half health? Feels strange. Can I could try to do this prior, but it might not be a good idea. I'm gonna try to like resurrect. Okay, cool, great. We took that out of contention. So now we just have to kill this guy without losing anybody else. Oh, he's gonna come back up. Oh, I hate that so much. That's such an annoying situation. Everyone here, heal. Or heal everyone here, rather. Again, I don't know where this... I feel like this Babao probably got scared and has run off this direction. I'm gonna go search for him. Doing that invisible thing. He's definitely somewhere. Like... Getting got, basically. And we need to heal again, try to get everyone back up in an acceptable range. This guy's gonna get up and immediately start swinging, which is very annoying. Okay, we need to drop him. Damn. He's pretty thick himself. I'm gonna wait until after Arushale, because Arushale is gonna drop his armor class, and now Odysseus should have a chance to do way more damage. More consistent damage. Ah, I see what it is. We're killing ourselves on him. He has a shield. And he's doing negative energy damage to us every time we hit him. That's what's happening. That's not great. I can tell you that. How high is his 26, 28? Pretty high. But if we do our high, he's already dodged twice. Just try to disintegrate, I think. And we'll probably just kill him with a disintegrate. Nice! Yay, Ninio! That's very rare. Okay, someone has to find this other frickin' babao. Where's he at? Okay. Why doesn't everyone else have... Maybe he was actually just hidden.
Well, resist.
Nice. Yikes! We did the
Dear
thing.
guest on my doorstep. Please do come in. You have been long awaited.
Okay, we have seen this before. Also, warning to anyone who is new to the game, or but specifically the old Coffin Spirit, since I know you're talking about starting the game. We are this is probably very spoiler heavy. We are very close to the end of the game. So just be aware. By all means, do whatever you want, but I just want to point that out to people. Okay, so we did this last time.
Nothing at all.
Let's talk.
We will talk. The path to...
Okay, so that's exactly what we picked last time. I'm very happy with the decisions that we made last time, just not the fact that everyone was freaking dead. Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check, make sure. Okay, that is the Kramzadeh fight. We finished that. Great. And this is now, I'm assuming, going to be a whole lot of exposition, because we have this I don't know, we have basically this huge gathering of a good majority of the NPCs from the game now outside of Threshold. So, can you see Sheila's attack stats? Sure. I'll pop over to Sheila real quick. She is hanging out at this point. These are her attack bonuses, and this is her damage. This does show as mostly buffed, but it doesn't take into effects. It doesn't tell the whole story, because it doesn't tell about effects that are on the enemies, right? So what's affecting the enemy's AC, what's affecting, like, increasing damage on the enemy, that type of stuff. But yeah, so this is her attack set, and this is her damage set. That's what we are operating on right now, which is nowhere near optimized in any way, shape, form, or fashion. About halfway through the game, maybe not halfway through the game, closer to probably like 60% of the way through the game, I kind of stopped rebuilding people because it started to get really tedious. I stopped re-optimizing their builds, partially because it didn't feel like I need to, but also partially because it takes a lot to like respec every couple levels, both in money and just in time, and I just didn't want to anymore. So that should tell you about the approximate difficulty of core. If you have a decent understanding of what you're doing, core is not hard. It just has difficulty spikes, basically. Okay, we are going to go around and talk to everyone. We're going to start at under the entryway, I suppose. I don't expect big conversations from everyone. I will put down my roots here as if the harsh rocks were my home grove. No demon will force me from this place. Not to badmouth you, Scarenthal. I talked about this in the last session when we were playing through, because each of the different fights here, we had a fight here, 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 and then Karamzadeh. Each of the different fights involved various different NPCs, and in none of the fights were the NPCs consequential in any way, shape, form, or fashion, which was very disappointing. Paralector Aminos Rent. Defend the foothold until our last breath. No one can handle this better than us. That is a pretty Hell Knight thing to do, in fairness. We got some mongrels. Mongrel snaps to attention under your gaze, chest puffed out. Shame my father didn't live to see this day. He would have loved to get even with the demons for everything. The multi-attack system seems quite strong. Yeah, so everything in this game compared. So I talk in terms of Dungeons and Dragons because that's what I'm most familiar with. Dungeons and Dragons 5e and 4.5 or 4th edition and then 3.5. Kind of in that order of knowledge. This is way closer to like the olden days of D&D in 3.5, but also it's just got scaled up math across the board compared to Dungeons and Dragons period. You'll be doing thousands of damage, where in D&D you're normally doing tens or 100 if like on a crazy turn, right? That type of thing. In this game you're gonna hit a whole bunch of times every turn, and you're going to have really high numbers associated with those attacks, etc., etc. It starts off really low, though. It starts off very approachable, but it scales kind of ludicrously, truth be told. Hopping from one rock to another is quite exhausting. Make our stand here. Okay, so nothing going on there. Leotier Hawkblades with us. Quite the battle. It seems we're aiming to slay every demon in the world wounded at once. I mean, that is partially the goal. Ilkis is here. I think none of the losses so far haven't been too severe. Aranka. We got an epic symphony prepared called In the Heart of the Wound for this precise occasion.
I can handle it.
Cool. Got Clem. We're going to talk to characters last. This truly the day, all of us, Commander, storming the threshold itself?
Can't make the demons wait.
Because characters, I feel, are going to have, obviously, the most impact. And Queen Galfrey and Storyteller. We'll leave those at the end as well. Myanmar. Or Myanmar. Sometimes the spirits of Dead Star Chorus have been waiting in such anticipation for this day. For their vengeance, we will see it done. Oh, Arsino also has some stuff. Arsino casts a disapproving glance at the fortress. The demons have completely neglected the fortifications here. They're in complete disarray. However, this plays right into our hands. What are you doing here? I fulfill my duty to Abadar, of course. I'm not afraid of chaos, so I go into a world of savagery and grief to bring the light of civilization, law, and order. Can you help me with something before the attack? As before, I can help you cast the necessary spells. And if you wish to recuperate, I will make sure that your rest is not disturbed. Yes. Yes, please, yes. Absolutely. Sela had 40-ish on attack rolls, but she had 5 attacks. Isn't one attack every 5? Yeah, it's approximately 1 attack every 5. It's also, it depends on your class, right? Like, fighters get way more attacks than everyone else, or the fighter-ish class gets way more attacks than everyone else. And certain classes have higher base attack bonus growth, so they have maybe less attacks but higher to-hit chances, basically. So yeah, it's very dependent on the class, but Sela as a paladin with 5 attacks at that point in the game is pretty typical, I think. I say that. Actually, I think she only has 4 attacks, and I think it's haste that's giving her more attacks. I can't remember, though. Because we basically always have haste on us, or almost always have haste on us. Okay, glad you're with us. See that you brought the altar of Abadar here to the threshold. The Crusader army needs protection from the corruption of the Abyss, as do you, Commander. I'm deeply flattered that the privilege of granting such protection has been given to me and my god. I need to catch my breath. So we probably could have just rested after the last time. Yeah, we probably could have just rested the last time we did this and not had to have redone the Karamzadeh fight, but You know what? It feels like it is. Don't base attack bonus or base attack rolls count for multiple attacks? I'm not 100% sure on the systems. Truth be told, even after playing 350 hours of this game, I just kind of like nod at the math as it grows. I just know your base attack bonus for every class basically goes up as you level, and that the more martial classes gain more attacks for the multi-attack feat function. I say feat, it's not a feat, but just the actual multi-attack functionality. The martial classes just get more attacks. That was explaining why she had 5 attacks? Yes, probably. Okay, so we rested up. That's good. We talked to Thal real quick. Wildflower. He's not doing anything. There. Char. Daylight will prevail. There's no other way. There is another way. We could all die. I mean,
Beautiful.
obviously, that hopefully won't happen, but... Kel 5 knives. Sure, the demons are a nasty bunch, but no nastier than the tax collectors I once robbed 3 times in a row. Now those were terrifying. Demons got nothing on them. I highly doubt that. Dinosaur has 50 attacks. The dinosaur does have a lot of attacks. I don't think it's quite 50, but it's a whole bunch. Hylor actually has. That's interesting. I'm surprised that Hylor is even here with the way that his quest ended. Because his quest basically ended in him kind of going mad and being unable to cope with... I guess maybe... Did we do his quest where it was like the he forgets everything ending? Maybe we did. So all that stuff that has tormented our Avestan for a century sprawled out from this dump, raised this place down to the very foundation, Commander. Why'd you come? As a man of honor, I could not stay away. I've been at war with demons my whole life. If there's anything I can do for you in the last battle, I'm ready to risk my head. What can you do for our army? You may want to strengthen your unit with a couple of experienced mercenaries for the coming assault. Either that, or you will need to train your comrades in new battle tactics. Yes. So if we needed to retrain, the guy who was trapped in a feedback loop, is this the guy that was trapped in a feedback loop? This is the guy who, again, spoilers, this is the guy was hunting a particular individual, and when we found out who that individual was, and when he found out who that individual was, he kind of went off the deep end and couldn't handle it. So yeah, I think if you're talking about the feedback loop of, because this has happened several times, yes, if that's the case, then yeah, that's the same guy. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so we can retrain with Hylor if we need to. I don't think we're going to, but I mean, if we run into something, I guess we can do it a hard save. Save pre-threshold in case there's just like something insurmountable for us. But I don't know what that would be at this point. So I can show you kind of an example, Old Coffin Spirit, of what I mean when I say it's dependent on the character. So for Sela, for example, right? Like, if we go to her class, we can actually see through these scenarios, right? That she starts off, this upper portion is kind of like her base attack statistics and her saving throws. So she starts off with 1 attack, and then, where is it? At 6th level, she gains a 2nd attack. So, in theory, from just leveling, she only has 4 attacks just from her class, right? And those are the base attack bonuses that are associated with them. She has 5 attacks right now, because I think...
I am here all week.
It might not be in effect anymore. I don't remember what it is, but there's something giving her a 5th attack. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna talk to Galfrey.
This endeavor rushes
Oh,
toward
shit.
its conclusion. I wish to speak with you. To be honest, I almost stopped believing that I would live to see this moment. It has been at least 50 years since I stopped hoping and believing it could happen. And yet, here we are, at the entrance to Threshold. All thanks to you. I have made a great many mistakes in my life, and I suppose I shall pay for every one of them, in this life or in the afterlife. But few mistakes became apparent to me as quickly and as painfully as my feud with you.
Yeah, I'll show you after we get done talking to Galfrey. That's all in the past now. I hold no grudge against you.
I feel really happy. I mean it. I thought I would not have enough strength to drag this burden of regrets along to the final battle.
I'm actually really into this. Yeah, absolutely. I have a request. When we win, the ward stones will no longer be needed. Whatever happens to me, free the angels imprisoned inside them.
You are right. I shall fulfill your request, although it will be difficult. No one in Mendev knows the sacrifice that the creation of the ward stones demanded. The stones themselves are seen as a symbol of hope and safety. To destroy them would be akin to dismantling the fortress walls around Mendev's cities. It will provoke suspicion and panic, even if the demons are defeated by that time. But the angels have done their duty and should be freed. Therefore, should we win, I shall carry out your request,
Very fair.
even if it means losing the people's trust.
What are you gonna do after we win?
I'm going to rule Mendev. What else? I do not seem to have much choice in that. I have become a symbol of battle and of the war for our liberation. I hope I am wise enough to become a symbol of peace, too.
Are you going to keep imbibing your freaking potions of longevity?
Yes, of course. May Iomade be with you.
I
Or
would
whatever
assume
higher power
not,
you believe
because
in.
they made it out to sound as if like those are purchased at great cost because the nobility does not want to lose her because of the war. You might not have been so forgiving, although if you play as a gold dragon, it would be the obvious choice. That's fair. The gold dragon was very tempting for me to play. Lich, gold dragon, and Azada were all the ones that kind of like immediately called to me. Yeah. Oh, right. Odysseus. Oh. I cannot... Why can I not see Odysseus's statistics right now? A dinosaur.
Let's see what we can do.
Is he dead? Okay, well I can't show you Odysseus's statistics right now because he does not seem to exist. Which is very strange. Aside from this Odysseus. This Odysseus exists. But the Raptor Odysseus does not exist. Maybe because I'm technically in a cutscene right now. That was my assumption, but Calypso is here. Right? I can see Calypso. And Ivu's here. Oh, the small dragon, sorry. Ivu is the small dragon. Odysseus, yeah, Bismuth isn't either. So I feel like maybe it's treating Odysseus as like a summonable, but that shouldn't be the case. It's very strange. But yeah, anyways. Fuck is this? Yeah, Ivu is weird. It doesn't display Ivu's statistics properly either. So like it just says that he has like a bite and a claw. I guess we can go to like Marshall, and this is all of his attacks, right? He has a bite, 2 claws, 2 wings, and a tail. So he should have 6 base. Is what he has right now. but then again, right when we have haste up, he gains an additional attack. That's what haste does, right? Yeah, so when making a full attack, a hasted creature can make 1 extra attack. So that's how Sela gets 5, and that's how Ivu gets 7. It's because we basically always have haste up. I'm somewhat concerned that Odysseus is bugged out. Hopefully that is not going to be the case. We'll see how it goes, though. Okay, we're going to talk to Storyteller. The old elf stands frozen. It's unclear whether he's listening closely to the sounds coming from the fortress, contemplating something, or just dozing. Upon hearing your footsteps, he respectively ducks his head. Commander, how'd you end up in the thick of battle? This is not my first battle, Commander. I know how to defend myself, and the thunder of a fight has never stopped me from getting into another adventure. I have come to witness great things, and some unsightly demons will not dare to get my way. Storyteller was the one NPC that actually did manage to do some stuff in the previous battles. He actually smoked some fucking demons. It was pretty cool. Will you help us in this battle? A blind man is hardly what you will need when storming a fortress. I will stay here, among the soldiers guarding the gates against uninvited guests. If you manage to seize any artifacts whose nature you wish to know, bring them to me, and I'll read their stories. What do you think lies ahead for me? My gift is useless here. The story has yet to be written. The quill is in your hands, Commander. Appreciate you coming here right to the heart of the fight. How could I miss a story like this? I wish to witness it, but listen to the retelling in years to come. Took only the essentials on this assault and were forced to leave the Prestidigitapainter golem behind. Can you use your magic to transport it here? LOL! What? Hey! That's funny. If it makes it any easier to complete your mission, Commander, I will do so gladly. Okay. So if we wanted to, we could change our look. That's fun.
Here we go.
We'll go talk to Claim real quick. Lead the day, all of us. Commander, storming. We already talked to him. Okay. Got Greybor, we got Woljif, we've got Nenio, Trevor, Social, Regil, Arushale, Ivu, Sela, Calypso. I wonder about the placement of people and like why they are placed in the manner in which they are. I wonder if this is just static placements or if, you know, Arushale and if Arushale at the top because we have a relationship with her. You know, obviously Ivu wouldn't even be here if we didn't have the Azada Mythic Path. Is Sela and Calypso here because of a reason? You know, Dayren's not here at all. It looks like. Actually. Yeah. Oh, no, there he is. Weird. Did I really just overlook the glowy angel guy? Or was he not there until I clicked on him? That's freaky. Alright, whatever. We are going to start talking to characters, but I think we are going to do that on the next episode. If you are watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. We will see you next time for more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.